Your life is a fraction of a fraction. I was thinking today how in life, you know, we're told, at least in America, we're told, you gotta go to school, right? And then at age 18, you gotta get out of the house, you gotta go find a job, and then you gotta go start a family, right? Now, it's no secret that Americans are lonely as they've ever been. And Generation Z and millennials in particular are the loneliest generations, of all time. So everything they tell us to do doesn't really solve this loneliness problem. And I'm going to explain why, right? No matter what you accomplish, no matter how much money you make, no matter how many women you sleep with, um, even no matter how many friends you have, you always feel a sense like something's missing, something's lacking, right? I'm going to go into that right now. And basically what that is you don't have your tribe. See, no matter how much innovations, no matter how many innovations we create, on a biological level, human beings were always meant to be in tribes of 50 to 150 people. And I've said this in other videos, and I'm going to keep saying this, right? I'm really going to hammer this shit in, because no matter how much we develop things, on a biological level, your mind is never really going to adapt to living in an apartment or living in a house or living in a tiny neighborhood. So your life is a fraction of a fraction. Now let me explain that part as well. See, what happens is you go out in the world, right? And you're alone for a long time. And you work and you finally can't take it anymore, right? So you decide, okay, fuck it. I'm going to have a family. I'm just going to start a family. Maybe my wife, maybe my kids will fill that void. And I will feel, a sense of belonging now, right? The problem with that is, let's pretend you have the successful marriage and kids, which we already know in this day and age, in our generation, in this society, is almost impossible. Straight up. Like, finding a quality woman in 2019 as a man, like, under 30, finding a woman under 30, that's a quality woman. It's almost not happening, right? But let's pretend you pulled it off, right? Let's pretend you were one of those few, decently happy couples out there. You're still living a fraction of your potential, because a wife and a couple kids, okay, that's like 4 or 5 people. That's still not a tribe. See, you were meant to have, as a man, you were meant to grow up in a tribe of, let's say, 150 people, right? Now, these people were the only people you ever knew and met from birth until death. And you were around them all the time. That means you had the emotional support, right? You had the support. You had your brothers, your uncles, your father, your grandfather. They were all with you at the same time. They didn't live in another state. They didn't live in another city. You didn't visit them once a year at Christmas. They were with you all day, every day. Men had a very powerful support system, right? And women too. We all did. It was just a better situation. So a lot of men who are in relationships, right? And we're not even talking about the ones that are miserable with their woman. We're talking about the ones that are all right. They're still very empty and very lonely, because it's still a fraction of what you need, right? So, but society never tells you that. Society tells you, go out and accomplish a fraction of your happiness and you'll still be happy. Really, you need so much more than that, right? You need your tribe more than just a small family. And another point I want to touch on is, they tell you to leave the house at 18 and go out and start working and try to create this family, but your brain isn't even fully developed until age 25. So you leave so much room to make critical, life-altering mistakes, right? And the powers that be know that. You know, they let you join the army at 18. They let you rack up student loan debt at 18 and credit card debt and shit. You can even get married at 18. You know, you can do so many things that you don't really understand the consequences of at such a young age. And these are permanent, life-altering mistakes, right? It's funny. All of the guys I know, I mean, and women too, in my generation at least, who are fuck-ups, I'll give you a couple stories. It wasn't until they left their households that they really started fucking up in life, because they felt very empty. Now, the household is like a small micro version of the tribe, right? And no matter how old you get, you never outgrow the tribe. You never outgrow the need for that. The elders in the tribe need the young people just as much as the young people in the tribe need the elders and the middle-aged people, right? They all help each other. They all guide each other through their different stages of life, you know? So anyway, I'll give you a story, right? I knew this guy. He was his parents got divorced, right? His mom remarried some asshole stepfather, and he would live with the stepfather. Now, because he wasn't the stepfather's kid, the stepfather didn't give a shit about him. The stepfather, you know, was only good to his own kid. And the kid and the stepfather and the stepfather's kid would just abuse the shit out of this guy, right? And the mom didn't really care because she just wanted a man so bad. She didn't care what it put her son through. So one day the stepfather says, all right, your son is 18 now. I want him out of the house and I just want you with me. So like he should just go off. So she kicks him out of the house. Now he ends up going to college, right? He's like a big football player. He gets a football scholarship. But he's so lonely and miserable and feels betrayed by his mother and the stepdad kicking him out. He starts doing like ecstasy and Molly and shit like that, right? Now he has his football scholarship, but he's partying a lot, because you know that's what lost college kids do. When you've been removed from the tribe, you go to college, you join another tribe of lost people who just party, right? So he ends up doing ecstasy and shit, and he's on his way to a party, right? Some other guy's driving. Now this dude is big. He's like 6'2", 250 pounds, big guy, right? Football player. So his buddy's driving, he gets pulled over, and he's having like a Molly or ecstasy, like crazy ass trip. Now the cops pull him over and they take him out of the car, and he just starts wilding out, right? He just starts wilding the fuck out, and he starts like yelling at the cops and shit. Now the cops just straight up take out their guns and shoot him. They shoot him like a bunch of times, and as he's about to die, his final words were something like, okay, you win, I'll die now, right? He's like, all right, you won, I'm gonna die now. And he's like kind of laughing about it as he's like in his dying moments, which is insane. But basically this dude was he felt so lonely and worthless, right? Not even being loved by his own mom, stepdad treating him like shit, right? Now, that was already a fraction of a tribe, and that was a fucked up tribe. Now he got kicked out of that. He's just alone in the world. So he ends up, you know, going to college and being influenced by the wrong people, right? And he ends up just dying. And at the end of it, he's almost happy. He's like, you get like, when those are your last words, like, okay, you win, I'll die now. That's someone who secretly had a death wish because they were so miserable. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys feel that way. A lot of guys have secret death fantasies that they don't even tell other guys, you know? So I noticed that with like a lot of guys who ride motorcycles too. They just secretly hope they can go out with a bang, like Jax Teller from Sons of Anarchy. Like, that's how lonely and miserable they are. Now, women go through it too, right? They leave the house at 18, they're lost, they start sleeping around, they become alcoholics. Every woman I know who became an alcoholic, it happened to her after she left the house, right? Now, people might say, well, you got to grow up eventually, you got to leave the house, right? Yes and no. See, in this economic world where we have currency and economy, yeah, you have to leave the house because you have to go out and produce. But when people were living in a tribe, when we were cavemen, you never left the tribe, no matter how old you got, because you could go out there, be alone, you could get eaten by a lion, you could get killed by another tribe, and you might say, okay, well, we don't have those problems anymore. You're not going to get eaten by a lion. Yes, but your brain still doesn't understand that concept of just being alone. Your brain will always yearn for the tribe and for that sense of belonging. No matter how established you are, no matter how far you are in your career, like, your animal brain doesn't understand that shit, right? So when kids, men and women, leave their little family, which is already a fractured version of the tribe, they really start to lose their minds, because they're like, what is the purpose of life? What am I doing? What am I here for? Right? Making money and having a job and having your own apartment in the city, it doesn't feel as good as sitting around the campfire with like 100 of all of your family is there, right? All of your friends are there, your wife, your kids. Like, I mean, they didn't get married in the caveman days, but the point is, and I'm not saying this because I'm trying to glamorize that tribal lifestyle. I'm sure it had its flaws, right? But it had one key thing that we don't have today, and that was there wasn't loneliness back then, right? Everyone had their own group. So that's really just the moral of it. I mean, and nothing you can achieve in life is ever gonna fill that void, right? So I'm curious how long it's gonna take people to catch on. I do these videos because I'm planting seeds in people's minds so that they can start to understand what they really are and how they were actually meant to live. And slowly over time, they will start to make changes to make that a reality for themselves. Because you look at all the people who live in look at people who live in cities, right? You live in a city with 1 million people and you're lonely as hell. How can that be, right? You live in New York, but you're lonely as hell. The reason why is because none of these people are part of each other's tribes. They all live alone in their boxes. They go to their jobs. They don't really have time to think or to network or to build anything. So they work crappy jobs. They have one-night stands. They go to the bar to keep from killing themselves, right? When you see people at the bar just getting drunk every day after work, that's literally like a last resort to keep them from killing themselves. That little couple hours of bliss is like their only thing that keeps them from just ending it all, because they realize they're not living naturally, but they don't really know what to do at the same time, right? So you have to start, if you really want, and you're probably in this lifetime never gonna have a complete sense of belonging the way you would, in the tribal days per se. But if you want to start taking steps towards having some of that, you do have to kind of start becoming a little more conscious and understanding that all of the dreams and goals society puts into you is not gonna give you what you really want, right? You're looking for emotional and spiritual fulfillment from a physical world and physical pleasures and physical statuses and titles. It's not happening that way. So just remember, if you feel that dull, aching pain in you and that confusion and that emptiness, it's because you're living a fraction of a life, right? The first fraction is being in a family. The second fraction after that is not even having a family. It's just being a bachelor or a bachelorette, or, just having a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever the fuck. Like, that's already a fraction of a fraction. So what you really want has just been cut down multiple times, and you're living on like a shred, and that's just most people, straight up.